Welcome back to Kingdom Recapped channel. Today I have a new movie recap to show all of you. The title of the movie is The Legend of Tarzan 2016. So, let's get started. The movie started with King Leopold of Belgium has taken control of the Congo in Africa mostly, so he can strip it of all its rich resources like diamonds. Unfortunately, 5 years on and he's run up so much debt that he's becoming bankrupt. Now desperate for money, he sent his most trusted servant Leon Rom into the Congo to find the legendary diamonds of Appa. The movie kicks off with Leon on his quest. He has a group of men with him as they wade through the Congo in search of these diamonds, only to suddenly become ambushed by a group of local savages. These locals make quick work of Rom's men though, all while Rom cowers under a bunch of shields like a little pansy. Rom is approached by the leader, Chief Manga. In his hand are 3 little mineral rocks. Manga says he can give Rom all the minerals if he brings him one particular man. Rom agrees and says he only needs a name. Cut to in England, the Prime Minister speaks to John Clayton III, Lord Greystoke, who was invited by King Leopold to head an expedition to Boma. George Washington Williams urges John to go, as he is really Tarzan, the famed ape man that lived in the jungle and was raised by apes and has now returned to civilization to claim his place as the last surviving Greystoke family member of the Greystoke estate. John declines the invitation, to the dismay of George and the PM. George follows John outside and tries to persuade John to consider otherwise and to let him join. John changes his mind and agrees. We see a flashback of decades earlier when John's father had kept himself and his wife Alice in a treehouse as she gave birth. Alice died, and John II buried her. Moments later, John II was attacked and killed by a band of gorillas. In the treehouse, an ape named Kala, Madeline Worrell, and her son Akut find the baby John. Kala adopted him as her own. In the present, John finds his wife Jane conducting a lesson to a group of children. John makes a bird sound, which excites the children as they know he is Tarzan. Later, John tells Jane about the expedition trip. She thinks he is asking her to come, but he tells her she cannot. He worries for her since they have already lost a baby. She leaves disappointed, but he later finds her up in a tree and says she may join. John, Jane, and George take their trip to the Congo. John sees 3 lions that he knew since they were cubs, and they greet each other, as lions would. The 3 then encounter a friendly tribe that knew John and Jane during their stay in the jungle. At night, the tribe sings a song that Jane says is The Legend of Tarzan. As she describes it to George, we see Tarzan as a child trying to live among the apes. The ape leader Kerchak beat up the boy until Kala intervened. Rom and his men take another ship toward the location where he knows he will find John. They attack the tribe's camp and tie up John and Jane. Rom also shoots the tribe's leader in front of everyone. He captures Jane and several tribe members while John rolls away down a hill. George and the remaining tribe members chase after the villains, but they get away. George finds John and unties him. John sets out to find Jane and the tribe members. George thinks it's a bad idea, but he still follows John, along with 5 other members. It is time for him to become Tarzan once again. We see another flashback from the past when Jane first went to the jungle and met Tarzan. At that time, he did not speak or understand a word of English and he began to sniff her. When he started to sniff in certain areas, she pushed him off and scared him away. Nowadays in Congo, Tarzan and George swing from vines onto the train carrying the tribe members. Tarzan finds a train car full of men that want to kill him. He quickly kicks all their asses. The biggest man enters the car, but Tarzan kicks him out the train in seconds. The tribe members are freed. Rom plans to use the tribe members as slaves in his expedition. On the boat, he has one member and very good friend of Tarzan and Jane, Wasambu, caged over the water. Jane yells something to Wasambu in his language, making Rom drop the cage into the water. Jane jumps in and breaks Wasambu out. They swim to the shore and avoid gunfire and a hungry hippo. Tarzan and George separate from the members so that Ram and his men don't try to kill them. The two encounter a cut, now grown. Tarzan knows he has to fight a cut because he will consider Tarzan a deserter for leaving the jungle. The two fight each other, but a cut overpowers Tarzan. George kneels and bows before a cut so that neither of them get killed. Another flashback shows the reason why Mbonga wants Tarzan. His only son Kulanga killed Kala with an arrow. Tarzan retaliated and killed Kulanga. As he held a dying Kala in his arms, Mbonga's people brought Kulanga's body back to his father. In the present, Tarzan and George find Ram and his men bringing a recaptured Jane toward Mbonga's tribe. The tribesmen attack Tarzan, but he fights them off with ease. Mbonga faces Tarzan and fights him. Tarzan overpowers him and holds his knife to Mbonga's throat. He decides not to kill Mbonga because he wants to help his tribe, knowing that Ram would just kill them all to get what he wants. Now we see Ram and his men prepare to ride off on their boat to meet with other miners and explorers. Their camp is trashed by a stampede of wildebeest. Tarzan rides one toward the boat. Jane makes it to safety while Tarzan hops on the boat. He increases the pressure on the boat's engine. Ram chokes him out with his rosary beads. Tarzan calls upon some crocodiles to come toward the boat. He grabs Ram with his legs and holds him as he breaks the beads with his neck muscles. Tarzan releases Ram and lets the crocs eat him. The boat then explodes, destroying the minerals. Tarzan appears behind Jane and kisses her. George returns home and exposes Leopold's dealings to the rest of the world. Tarzan and Jane stay in the jungle as they welcome their first child. In the end, of film closes with Tarzan swinging through the trees with his ape family. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button for new video.